Hello, ladies. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Angela from Angela Simpson Functional Medicine, and I'm a functional medicine practitioner who's been working in the field of women's health for over 20 years. And I love bringing you information on how you can really discover how to get to the root of why your hormones are out of balance and how to learn how to rebalance the hormones naturally so that you can feel like your best version of yourself as you get into your 40s and well beyond, and also so that you can prevent chronic conditions or diseases from developing. I know this isn't the first thing we think of when we're feeling symptomatic with our hormones, but we have to be realistic and understand that if the hormones are signaling us, if we feel like we're out of balance from a hormone perspective, that this also is an indicator that there's other areas of the body that are out of balance and are signaling as well. And we really need to look to the body as a whole body system to get the healing that we need so that we can feel hormonally balanced and well long term. Now, having said that, what I want to speak to you about today, because I've seen this so much with women that I've worked with or women that I've talked with and potentially am going to work with in the future, is that many women find that they are doing a lot of the proper things or what they think are the proper things from a lifestyle perspective to help rebalance their hormones. And I know you've probably heard me talk about this if you've heard me before, either here in YouTube or within some of my Facebook groups and other channels. And having a proper healthy lifestyle is very, very important. There's no doubt. But many women are eating properly. They're exercising fairly consistently. They're getting enough sleep. They may even be taking some basic supplements, a multivitamin, possibly even some other things, just to help boost and get that balance in the body on a daily basis. But many women are still feeling very out of balance, especially hormonally. And so we need to understand this further and just know that yes, to having a proper lifestyle, keeping it in balance, doing our best that way, that's absolutely important, but it's often not enough. And I find one of the most common things that is out of balance in the body that many women may be aware of, but they just don't know what to do about it and how to address it, is stress. So what happens when the body is under stress, whether it's a perceived stress, it might be past trauma that is triggering some stress in our bodies. It may be something physical that's out of balance in our bodies. Very commonly, it's in our gut. We may or may not know this. We might not have symptoms of gut imbalances, but there's physical imbalances there that are triggering a stress response in the body. So one way or another, whether it's an emotional stress, past trauma type stress, current physical stress from imbalances going on in our body, very often the body is under too much stress. And this is really what derails our hormones from being in balance, regardless of if we're 20, 30, 40, postmenopausal, beyond. We need to be thinking, what is going on with my stress hormones and how is it impacting my hormones? So the answer is it's huge. And unless we can really understand what's happening in the body in regards to stress and how it's impacting our hormones and other systems of our body, we're probably really never going to get the balance back with how we're feeling now or for the long term. So we need to understand stress first. So one of the main things that I do when I work with females, every single female I work with has to do some testing that gives us a benchmark for where you're at with your stress. So we need to do some physical testing. We need to check basic blood labs. We need to check things like cortisol levels. So cortisol is our primary stress hormone. It's what we produce in response to stress. It's a way for our body to buffer and manage stress so that it doesn't get out of hand. Because what will happen if we are producing cortisol because we are stressed, a good part of our day or our life, is the body will start to run out of gas. It'll run out of steam. It won't continuously be able to keep up with the amount of cortisol production that we're asking for. So we need to understand how to basically diffuse this, or if cortisol continues to be asked to be pumped out at a higher than optimal amount, other systems of the body start to become out of balance. And one of the first systems that gets out of balance is our hormonal system. Because what will happen is the body is quite clever. It sees cortisol and stress as a survival mechanism. So it basically starts to shut down other systems of the body and even steal some of the essential hormones, for example, to make cortisol. So this is called a cortisol steal. It's very, very common for women that are on the go all the time, very busy. They don't have time to sit down, take a break. I hear this so often. Women say, I just don't have time to take care of my health. I don't have time for this. I don't have time to prioritize that. But this over time takes a toll on the body. And so again, what can happen is if we need to keep that level of busyness up, that stress on our bodies, that just never sitting down kind of stress, the body will start to steal female sex hormones to make cortisol. And it often will steal one of them more than the other. It often steals progesterone more so than estrogen. So this can create an imbalance in our hormones. And ironically, for females, as they get into their 40s and beyond, progesterone lowers much more quickly than estrogen anyways. So it can create an even bigger imbalance from one that's already going to naturally be there because of the changes that are happening in your body as you age and approach and transition into menopause. So we need to be mindful of this. Stress may have not been as much of a factor for you as you were in your 20s, early to mid 30s, but if you kept or maintained or even increased the amount of stress as you've gotten into your 40s and beyond, it's going to have a much greater impact on your sense and feeling of hormone imbalance and potentially on your overall health. When cortisol stays high for too long, it creates inflammation in the body. Inflammation in the body can trigger many different chronic development of diseases. So we need to be mindful of that well. It's not as well. It's not just about our hormones, not just about our symptoms. It's also about what could this be doing to our body and impacting both now and over the long term. High inflammation from cortisol can drive up blood sugars, can even predispose us to things like diabetes. So we need to be mindful of this. And high cortisol often will slow down our metabolism over time. So often when we'll notice they're feeling a little more sluggish or gaining weight, they have less energy. So you can see how tied in all of these things are from a symptom perspective. And this is one of the most common things that I find with women. They tell me that they feel sluggish, they feel tired, they're just not as energetic as they used to be. They're gaining a bit of weight, they're gaining more weight than they would like, even if they're trying to do some more exercise. So stress is a thing. It's something that really impacts the female sex hormones and the balance of them as you get into your 40s and beyond. And we need to understand that this is something that has to be addressed. And so how I help women learn about this is we do the proper lab testing to understand what your cortisol levels are. We understand what they're doing in relation to your female sex hormones to see if there's an imbalance there. And if there is, the lab testing can also guide us and help us understand what we need to do, what areas of your health and from a lifestyle perspective do we need to address to help get this back into balance so you can start to calm down, start to feel more energetic, start to see your metabolism start to rebalance again. It can really be that simple once you learn what's going on. So I hope that helps you. I hope that makes you understand a little bit more what you could do to help with hormone rebalancing. Stress is a huge component, and if we don't address it, we're really never going to feel like we get the balance back, even if we've got all these other awesome lifestyle principles in place. So if you want to learn more about this, and you may want to learn how you could connect with me to understand if it may be a good fit for us to work together, understand if we might need to do some lab testing to help you learn how to get to the root of your hormone imbalance symptoms, please feel free to reach out to me. You can go to my website, www.angelasimpsonfunctionalmedicine.ca, and I'm happy to speak with you there. You can book a free complimentary consult. It's 30 to 45 minutes where we really dive in, understand your health concerns. And again, if it might be a good fit for us to match together and move towards getting you back to your optimal wellness. So please feel free to reach out to me and connect. And thanks again for being part of my YouTube channel. And I look forward to bringing you more and more videos to help you get to the root cause of your hormone imbalance and really heal and rebalance it naturally for the long term. All right, take care. Bye for now.